morning, hello. Welcome to Virtual Story Time here at the Marathon County Public Library. My name is Laura, and we are going to read some stories and sing some songs and have some fun. So, first of all, we'll start out with our hello song. We'll use American Sign Language with it. We'll do the sign for hello and the sign for friends. Take your two pointer fingers and do one on top of the other, and then flip it. And then we'll say, it's time to say hello. So it goes like this. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, and welcome. So our first story is called Paco and the Drum. I like this story because it has some really beautiful illustrations in it, and it's got a cute frog, and it's got music in it, and drums especially. My boys play the drums, so I kind of like that too. Paco and the Drum. Here's Paco. The biggest mistake Paco's parents ever made was giving her a drum. They had made mistakes before. Like the slingshot. Uh-oh. And the llama. Look at that giant llama in the house. There's a mess all over. The llama is a little too big for the house, I think. And the balloon. Paco's being carried away by the balloon. But the drum was the biggest mistake. Why do you think that would be? Possibly because of all the noise? We shouldn't have given her that drum, said her father. What? Said her mother. The drum is too loud. I can't hear you. The drum was a big mistake, said her father. That sounds like a wonderful idea, said her mother, who still couldn't hear what he was saying. Here's Paco playing the drum on their bed. The next day, her father said, Paco, why don't you take your drum outside for a little while? But don't make too much noise. We're just a little frog family that lives in a mushroom, and we don't like drawing attention to ourselves. Paco agreed, and she set out as quietly as she could. There she is, leaving her mushroom house. You can see the mushroom. It had just rained, and the forest was sparkling like an emerald. It's beautiful out. And it was very quiet. Too quiet. What do you think Paco's going to do? Paco started tapping on her drum just to keep herself company, but something stirred behind her. A raccoon playing a banjo started following her, so Paco hit her drum louder. Here's the raccoon playing the banjo. And then a rabbit playing a trumpet started following them, but Paco kept playing her drum. Now we've got Paco, a raccoon, and a rabbit. And then a wolf, who couldn't really play anything but was very happy to be near the music, joined in, and Paco still played her drum. Now we've got the wolf following them. But then the wolf ate the rabbit, and Paco stopped playing her drum and faced the wolf and said, No more eating band members or you're out of the band. Naughty wolf. I'm sorry, said the wolf, and he meant it. And then they all started playing again, and soon there was a crowd of animals playing instruments. You can see there's a whole bunch of animals now, all playing different instruments along with Paco. And a crowd of animals following them around, enjoying the music. There's some mice. I see horse, anteater, and they were all following Paco. Paco is leading the band. Paco, your dinner is ready, shouted her father. No one answered, but he could hear music in the distance. And the music grew louder. There's Paco's dad. And louder. Until the crowd swept through the house and carried Paco's parents off into the woods. Oh no, said her father. Oh dear, said her mother. They're being carried off by the crowd. I think that's Paco down in front, said her father. And you know what? What? Said her mother, who was just getting to the best part of her book. I think she's pretty good. And no one could hear what he was saying, but if they could, they would all have agreed. So, maybe the drum wasn't a big mistake after all. Everybody enjoyed the music. Speaking of music, I think it's time for our first song. So we're gonna practice it first. We're gonna put our hands up high and our hands down low and our hands in the middle and wave them just so. Put your elbows in the front and your elbows in the back and your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Okay, now we're gonna sing it. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low, put your hands in the middle and wave them just so. Put your elbows in the front, put your elbows in the back, put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Very good. All right, we are all ducks, and you know what that means. That means our next story is going to have a duck in it, and this one is called Duck. Just Duck. There he is. He's got a bucket on his head. We don't know why yet, but I think we're gonna find out. So it's not just called Duck, it's called Duck with an exclamation point. We shall see why. It was a quiet afternoon on the farm. The horse was swishing his tail and the cow was chewing her cud. The pig was wallowing in the mud and the sheep was sheeping on the grass. It was a quiet afternoon on the farm when suddenly, Duck! There's a duck. He's yelling duck. Duck? The horse snorted. No, no, you're mistaken, my friend. You are a duck. I am a horse. You see, you are small and waddly, and I am noble and tall. I look nothing at all like a duck! Now he's yelling it at the cow. Duck? The cow frowned. Don't be ridiculous. You are a duck, and he is a horse, and I am a cow. You see, you have funny webbed feet, and I have these fine cloven hooves. I have no idea why you would call me a... Duck! Who's he yelling it at now? It looks like it's the pig. Duck, the pig squealed. Please, you are a duck, and he is a horse, and she is a cow, and I am a pig. You see, you have a pokey little beak, and I have a fine pink snout. Why on earth would you think I am a duck? Now he's yelling at the sheep. Duck, the sheep scoffed. Are you even listening? You are a duck, and he is a horse, she is a cow, and he is a pig, and I am a sheep. You see, you have fluffy little feathers, and I have a fine woolly coat. I have absolutely nothing in common with a... I said duck! Look at him yell. Look at how big his mouth is. Now listen, you need to stop this nonsense right now. You have to understand that everyone is different. Some are ducks and some are not. Duck says, but... In fact, most are not. That's just how the world is. Imagine how boring it would be if everyone were a duck. The duck says, but... Stop! Not one more word. You are the rudest duck we've ever met. You can't just run around yelling your name. You can't just run around shouting. Uh-oh. They're looking around. Things are flying through the air. Oh, you're right, you're right. Quite right. I do apologize, the duck says. I should never have said duck. I should have said... Run! Look at the house is crashing, the wind was blowing, everything is falling. Ah! And there they all are at the end. So the poor duck was just trying to warn everybody about the wind. It looks like maybe a tornado. The animals learned their lesson, I think. Okay. So today is kind of a rainy day outside. If you've looked out the window, you've probably seen it, or if you've been outside. So I think that means it is time for us to sing Mr. Sun, hoping that the sun will come out again, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Well, when we sing Mr. Sun, we're going to add some signs, some American Sign Language signs. So the first one is sun. It goes like this. You put your hand up high and make a little sun sign where it's shining on your head. And then we're going to say please, where you rub your chest and shine down on me. There's a tree, and there's the word play, where you take, this one's hard. Take your pinky out and your thumb in both hands, and this is the word play. And I think that's all we need to know. Let's go ahead and just do it nice and slow. Let's put our suns up high in the sky, and we'll sing, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so they can play with you. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. I hope the sun comes out later. In the meantime, you can always play in the rain. It's time for our last story, and this one is called What Riley Wore. That's Riley. Looks like Riley's wearing some star sunglasses first of all. Let's see what happens. What Riley wore. Here they're all in school. On the chalkboard it says welcome, and it says, on Monday, Riley wore a bunny costume because it was the first day of school and Riley felt shy. It was true that no one else in class wore a bunny costume. But it was also true that a girl who was crying asked if she could touch one of the ears. Riley said, yes, the ears feel just like real velvet. Look at those big bunny ears. On Tuesday, Riley wore a superhero cape to the dentist's office because teeth cleaning is scary, and Riley wanted to be brave. The dentist asked, what's your superpower? Riley said, I'll have to get back to you on that. On Wednesday, Riley wore a ball gown out to dinner with Otto and Oma because they went to a fancy restaurant and ball gowns are the fanciest. Look at that beautiful fancy dress. When Riley spilled tomato soup, Oma used ginger ale to blot it out. A kid at another table said they should leave the stain just as it was because it looked like a star, and stars are cool. Look at that star right on that fancy dress. Thursday was Universe Day at school, so Riley decided that outer space jammies were the perfect thing to wear. Riley's teacher loved the jammies, and he asked Riley to stand on a chair while he pointed out the planets on Riley's back. Then everyone used scissors and glue and construction paper and made planets of their own. Stars and planets. It rained on Friday, so Riley wore a colorful combination of rubber boots, a police officer jacket, and the world's best tutu. The crossing guard told Riley, I had a pair of rainbow boots just like that when I was little. The recess captain, a big kid in the 6th grade, told Riley, I like your tutu. Look at that, that's quite an outfit that Riley's wearing. When the weather turned mild on Saturday, Riley dressed in a hard hat and overalls to help Dad run errands. 3 guys at the hardware store called Riley Daddy's little helper, and one of them gave Riley a sticker. There's the sticker, it's got a star on it. Riley didn't peel it away from its backing because maybe it would make a good present for a friend someday. When they got home, Riley tucked the sticker away for safekeeping and wondered if being a friend could be a superpower. Sunday was a lazy home day. Riley spent part of it wearing nothing at all. Riley's in the tent with the kitty. But when Mom asked who wanted to go to the park, Riley put on 1 striped sock, 1 polka dot sock, purple jeans, the world's best tutu, a crazy monster shirt, red rubber boots, round aviator goggles, and a hat with dinosaur spikes. Wow, cool. At the park, Riley felt shy. Then a kid from school walked up and asked, are you a girl or a boy? Riley said, today I'm a firefighter and a dancer and a monster hunter and a pilot and a dinosaur. Oh, said the kid. Want to play? Yes! Then Riley reached into a pocket, pulled out the sticker, and gave it to the kid. The kid smiled. There's the sticker with the star on it. and Riley felt wonderful. G-N. So Riley made a friend, got to give his sticker gift to his friend, and on that sticker was a star, and those sunglasses were stars too, which means I think it's time for us to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So let me get my ukulele out. You know how it goes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Very good. And we have to sing our alphabet song too, so let's get ready. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rain, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.